Good. There we go. Okay. So everybody stand up, right? So nice and easy, just start to, so stand up, right? Be comfortable. And the first thing I want you to do, guys, try to just balance your body forward and backwards and left and right so that you feel like you're right over yourself. I'm just gonna mute all you guys. Remember, if you wanna talk to me, you just gotta unmute, okay? I gotta figure that out on my end. Hold on here. No, it's fine, it's fine, I got it. Mute all, there we go. All right. Okay, guys, interesting. Oh, another person, hold on. Okay, interesting stuff I got planned for you guys. Just follow along. I'll explain it as we go, but just for now, follow along and we'll see where it goes, okay? So nice and straight, balance yourself left and right, forward and back. Start to kind of turn your head. And you should feel when you're doing this that you didn't bother other parts of your body. You strictly move your head. Okay, so you just start to kind of move your head, but you didn't throw your balance off, right? Just start to kind of move your head. You can look behind you, look high or low. Good, stop again, recalibrate, left and right, forward and back. So you should feel completely centered. And now start to kind of move your shoulders. And again, don't bother other parts of your body. Strictly start to kind of move. Sorry, guys. Strictly start to move your shoulders. You can do them one at a time if it if it works better for you. Just remember, don't bother your spine. Don't transfer your weight. Just try to keep it centered over yourself. Okay, very good. Again, center yourself. And very slowly now from the chest. So you inhale, you kind of move your chest forward, and exhale, you move your chest back. So it's in. So if you think of the sternum, just here, the sternum, it goes in an inch, it goes out an inch. Okay, and again, try not to bother your body too much. Just you're moving it.
How much should the abdomen move?
Some people have more abdomen than others. Try not to move too much, guys. This exercise is what I'm hoping to show you is to be more conscious of the things that you do and how they affect other things. So, of course, you're going to move the body a tiny bit, but try to localize it now. Try to understand, can I move just the chest and not affect too much of my body? Otherwise, we start to move and we're unaware of the effects on ourselves. So a real secret to learning anything, guys, is to be aware of all your movements and how they affect other movements, whether it's piano or guitar or music or dancing or martial arts. We never stepped back and said, can I move my chest in and out without bothering anything else, right? You're just looking at things in more detail, okay? So try not to move the stomach too much. It's like a 1 inch movement in, a 1 inch movement out, right? And you're gonna do the same thing now here in your middle of your back, right? You're gonna open it up a little bit and then close it a little bit. And you're gonna see a tiny bit of movement in other parts of my body, but not in my legs, not in my hips, not in, it's open, close, open, close. Now, are these two related? Yeah, you could relate them. You could say move in and it moves back, and move forward and it moves out. So you can connect those two if it helps you, like here and here. Oleg, try keep your head straight, man. Don't let it bend. Yeah, I know you got a lot on your mind. I get it. The old Greek thinker, you need your hand under your chin. I know. Very good, guys. Now your stomach, right? So you breathe in, you suck in your stomach, and you breathe out and you kind of let it hang, but it doesn't move your hips, right? So I suck in my stomach. It didn't move my upper body. And then when I relaxed my stomach, it didn't throw my hips forward. So I breathe in and I breathe out. I breathe in and then I breathe out. Now the hips, guys. So keep yourself all this nice, and you're moving your hips almost around your spine. So you try your hardest not to move your spine too much. It's just very small movements with the hips, okay? Just like that. Okay. So it's not like a big movement like this. It's actually much smaller. I'm keeping my spine aligned and I'm moving my hips around the spine. So you're actually moving the hip girdle right here, right in here. You're moving just that here. If you want to put your hands, sometimes it will help you feel how you can move it, right? The only limit to this exercise, guys, you feel maybe a little awkward. It's like some sexy thing. It's not, doesn't have to be that, right? I know Oleg is smiling. He can't stop, but nonetheless. Very good. Now grab your knees, right? And again, slowly start to make circles around with your knees. So you put them together, right? And you start to make some circles. And again, just watch me for a sec, guys. You don't want to be like the whole body moving like this. You want to, like, if you see me now, I'm still, and I'm just moving my knees. I'm trying not to move my hips. I'm trying not to move my head. I'm trying not to move my shoulders too much. Just the knees. You want to develop the ability to control the movements in your body. When you want to just move your knee, just move your knee. Okay, stand nice and straight again, nice and tall, nice and straight. So center yourself, forward and backward, left and right, and start to kind of move your ankles now. So you can watch maybe Michael, you might see him better in the back, but I'm moving my ankle. Let me try to get the picture too. I'm moving my ankle, and your knee will move a little bit, but try your hardest not to move your hips too much. Just your ankle and maybe the knee a tiny bit will rotate as well. Very good, guys. Now, stay nice and straight again. Kind of just feel your body, make sure everything feels symmetrical. And very slowly, I want you to start to do these movements through the body. So if I start to move my wrist, I start to move my elbows, I start to move my shoulders, I start to move my chest, my spine, my hips, my knees, my ankles. So you send a movement through each joint. So if I twist my wrist, I twist my elbow, I twist my shoulder, I twist my chest, my body, my hips, my knees, my feet. So try to send these spirals through your body. Try to send the spirals through. So see, my body change shape? You're starting to see how you can change shapes, guys. Yeah, remember, don't worry, just don't worry what you look like. It's fine. Allow the movement to move through your joints. Be specific, guys, the joints. You roll them, you one at a time, wrists, then elbow, even say it to yourself, shoulder, hips, chest. That's it, Miro, that's it. Allow the movement to go through your body. Awesome, guys. Come close for a second, give you a little explanation. So I would say 70% of a person's tension will originate towards the joints, okay? And the joints are magnets for tension, okay? They're real magnets. So when you study how to move a joint, you studying how to release the energy or the tension from this part. So let's say shoulders, for an example, or neck. But you release the energy where? Like you just released it. You can use this energy, right? Like allow it to kind of move through your body, right? So you're getting rid of energy or negative energy or tension stored in the joints by moving it. And then you start to move it through your body. It's not just like, I just want to get rid of it. You start to study how to move it. So there's my shoulder, now my chest, now this shoulder, now my hips. And I literally allow the joints to move my body, okay? Believe me, in your mind, what's happening is your mind's saying, I don't ever remember the last time Emmanuel moved like this. Emmanuel moved like this when he was like 12, I don't know, really young. If you do this properly, you start to feel younger because your body's flexible and then your mind becomes flexible too. It starts to become really, really palatable and open to new concepts and understanding. So do this as like a health practice, not as like a warm-up, a health practice. When you feel stubborn or stuck, start to move your joints, right? And then allow those joints to move your body. So I move through my joints, not through my muscles. I move through my joints, okay? 2 minutes, try it on your own, guys. Try, see if you feel younger. You should feel like, I don't know, you should feel like you want to grow your hair long and buy an old car that you had. Come on, try it. I know what car you want to get, Jake. Don't worry. Try to get into the ribs, guys. The ribs and the spine have lots of joints. Open the spine up.
You need to put some good music on for us, Manny.
What I had some music planned, but then Michael came, he didn't like it. So I said, okay, fine. We're not going to do it. Right. See how I blamed him?
Yeah.
But it's only because Oleg told me to, but I'm not going to get into that. You see how subconscious we are? Julius, the chest more. It just relax your chest. Yeah, relax your chest. Yeah, that's it. Spend time. Guys, you'll find maybe some spots better than others for you. Maybe you find like your shoulders are okay, but not your back. Spend time there. Spend time like where you feel tense. For me, it's low back and sometimes my knees. So spend time, right? Jill, it looks steps too. Like, guys, take a few steps. You know, it's okay to take a few steps in a small area just to feel yourself, right? Sometimes close your eyes, even you can close your eyes. It helps. Sometimes you feel the movement through the body better. Usually we want to think our movements. Now you feel them, right? Awesome, guys. Good. Watch me again. So now you're going to start to push yourself. I know it sounds kind of funny, but look, I push myself, especially through the body, right? I move myself, right? So you start to kind of push yourself or even pull yourself, right? Like I can pull myself. So if I do it for Michael as a partner, I would start to move Michael, right? I would start to move him around, right? But now he's going to use his own hands, push himself, pull himself. Yeah. So start to move yourself around with your hand, push yourself. Just little pushes, guys. It's nothing. You got push your knee, push your hips, push your head. Sometimes even push, your head or your chin, right? Yeah. If you want to make a fist and push your body with the fist, it's also fine. But now with pushes, right? That's it, Jill, towards the hips, exactly there. Yeah, that's what you want, right in the hip area. Yeah. Yeah, pull your shirt, push your body, hips, knees, back of the knee, front of the knee. You can push your arms too, guys. You can you can move your arms, right? You can move your arms. You can push your head. Very good, guys. Okay. How did it feel? Talk to me. You can unmute yourself if you want to say something, but talk to me. How does your body feel now? When you stay still, what did something change inside you? Mentally, mood, like how are you feeling? This is important.
Youthful.
Do you feel, no, be honest, guys, if that's how you feel, because when I do this, that's how I feel. I feel my body's like ready to do anything I ask from it, right? And I feel, especially very little tension. I feel my body's kind of loose, right? This has direct applications to the martial arts. If Michael starts to push me somehow, right? For me, it's like my body needs to not be able to think. It needs to be able to kind of be soft, right? What I hope you to find, guys, is if I can give you an analogy, your light side of yourself. It's like a lighter side. You know, when people are too serious, they're kind of heavy as a person. They're overly ambitious or overly committed or just too serious. And you tell them, you got to lighten up a little bit, man. Lighten up, right? There's you want as a warrior, okay? And that doesn't mean a fighter, but a warrior. You want to be light in body. Your body needs to be ready to do whatever you need it to do, okay? But there needs to be a lightness. And what happens, we never practice lightness like this. It's not like that. It's like that my body, you can get a guy that's 300 pounds and be light, okay? You have to think about that. So this is like a light warrior, right? You really are, your body's responsive, and it to push you, you're surprisingly mobile, you're surprisingly light. A real benefit to you as a fighter, as a person, to be more light in your attitude and everything. So you're actually teaching your body how to be kinder, maybe a little bit more softer in your personality as well, right? Because if Michael does this to me enough, right, if he pushes me, and my main focus is just to kind of be as light as I can, so I almost disappear from his hands when he pushes me. Tomorrow, when somebody argues with me, if we start to argue, I'm also more understanding. I'm also more lighthearted about stuff, right? So you're really changing how you deal with the world, how you interface with the world, right? So it's quite a big thing, okay? Let's try it a different way. Unless you guys have any questions, just want to give you something. Yeah, Jill, go ahead.
I did want to say, I do feel energized from that.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. And if you add like more, like if you would like really like hold your, like really let yourself go, right? You would develop an energy, even more energy, right? And Jill brings up an interesting point, guys. Energy, I don't think people see it the right way. We have plenty of energy. When people tell me they're tired, they have plenty of energy. The problem you have, or most people have, that feel tired, is they're spilling out their energy. They don't know they're not light. They've got too many problems. They've got too many things they've taken on, and they're just weighed down, right? When I say lighten up, get rid of the things that you don't need, guys. You don't need them, right? One of the reasons I don't feel so weighted down is because I keep myself light, right? You guys ever hear a saying, everywhere but nowhere? People have their minds everywhere, but they're not present at all. They're nowhere. It's like I'm texting, calling, making a decision. It's like I'm everywhere, but I'm nowhere, right? When you're light, you're very present with the situation. Okay, so please, it brings a better presence to what you do. And what happens then is you feel light and you feel energy. And you feel how you spend energy, you take energy. You spend energy, you take energy, right? It's not. So we have plenty. We just got to get rid of the energy that we don't want and stop giving away the good energy for nothing, right? People spew good energy out for nothing. Keep your energy, guys. Use it to what you want, right? Use it to your benefit, okay? So yes, Jill, you can. If you start to move a little bit more, you'll even accumulate more energy, right? If I do a cold water douse, I have even more energy. If I fast a little bit, I have even more energy, right? So you all know the things that are gonna give you more energy. You already know them. The foods that give you energy, the people and places that give you energy. Just go there, do those things, right? You gotta, what's it called? You gotta charge yourself up, man. It's like battery packs, right? Yeah. Anyway, okay, so can I move on, or are there other questions? Good, okay, so sit down on your bum. So I'll kind of talk it through, Michael, right? So just watch, so I can explain a little bit more. So you sit down, make sure you have a little bit of room behind you. Okay, make sure you have a little bit of room behind you. Yeah, good. So very slowly round out your back, and try your hardest to blanket the ground. So try to kind of bring yourself, your spine to the ground like a blanket, softly. Very good. Now, first, pick up your head and kind of look towards your feet. And then roll your shoulders forward, and vertebrae by vertebrae, you come up the spine. And you need to feel each vertebrae, not your abs, each vertebrae. And when you get to the top again, round out your back, and vertebrae by vertebrae, blanket the ground, okay? Be slow, guys. Remember, we're building a consciousness. We need to be aware of each part of our vertebrae, how it opens and closes. as you're coming up, so Julius, as you're gonna come up right now, right? As you come up, don't put tension in your neck. Don't choke yourself. Relax your chest. And the chin can be on your chest, it's fine, but don't push into it. As you come up, you don't want to choke yourself. You want to feel your spine rounding open and then rounding closed. This is pure work on bringing focus and attention to your spinal cord, just the whole spine. From the head, at the top, you go straight. You have good posture. And then round out the low back, and it brings you down, and the head brings you back up. Jill, looks good. Do you feel, how did the neck feel? Did you feel tension in the neck? As long as you didn't feel like you were choking yourself on the way up. Okay, good. So remember, when you go back, guys, when you go backwards, you relax the low back first. First the low back, and then the mid and upper and head. And on the way up, it's the head, the shoulders, the mid back, and the low back. Remember, always breathing, right? We always got the breathing going on. Awesome. Good enough, guys. Good enough. Lie down flat on your back. Lie down flat on your back. So now put your feet straight up in the air, straight up. So the straight, right? And very slowly, so you should feel your head, your spine, your back, your low back on the ground. So now feet move towards the floor behind your head, and you should feel your hips coming off the floor, and then each part of your spine goes all the way back, and you feel it, right? When you start to come back, vertebrae by vertebrae, control the descent. Very good, Jill. Very good. Very good. Alberto, even slower. This should be slow because you're working on control and awareness and a consciousness to this movement. A lot of people do the leg raises, they never think about this. That you're bringing an awareness to it, like slowing down how you eat your food. You're tasting it more. You're understanding it more. You have more time to process what's going on. Julius, did you see how your shoulders bounce up a little bit? Did you see that? I don't know if you picked up on that when you were bringing the legs back. Yeah, shoulders were bouncing just a little bit, right? So that means a little bit of like fear or worry about the movement, right? So really relax those shoulders, push them into the ground, and just be aware. It looked good. It just little tension like that I noticed. Awesome, guys. Sit up for a sec. Show you something a little bit different. So the kidneys, okay, the kidneys, so they're right behind your low back. They're, you know, right about here, right? The kidneys, they have an important role they play in our body, okay? And kind of materializing the kidneys and understanding them is where we lose a lot of energy. So if Michael's going to come a little bit closer for a sec. He's going to put his legs all the way back, right? All the way back. So if you can get in this position, okay, what I want you to do now is visualize that you're breathing in through your kidneys and out through your kidneys. So it's almost like, yeah, like from this point, you inhale from here and you exhale from here. And a real good energy source in the kidneys there. If you can tap into visualizing them or mentally, you'll see something change inside you. Okay, so try that for a bit. If you can't do it, I understand, but try if you can get in this position to visualize breathing in and out from your kidneys, even just for a minute. Yeah. Yeah, so the legs all the way back and then just visualize. Now, if you start to feel claustrophobic, you're not the only one. I get it. Try to not think about how you're joking. Just try to relax yourself and visualize air coming in through the low back and out through the low back. Relax your knees. Tom, that looks good. That looks good. If you really tap into the kidneys, you'll start to feel a warmth. You'll start to feel a little bit of warm energy coming from there. Awesome, guys. Slowly bring the legs back real slow. Good. Just sit up for a sec. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing slow work, guys. Really interesting ideas. When you do things that are slow, always think of food and drink. When you slow down your eating, you're understanding the food you eat, you're tasting it. You're not just shoveling it in your mouth. You're actually tasting what you're eating. When you do slow movements, you bring lots of detail, the same detail that you would taste your food, the same detail you understand your movements, okay? Most people rush through them. So it's always good once in a while to go real slow. So the speed is low, but the high is the detail, attention to little detail, right? So watch the next one I'm going to show you. It's the front roll. I don't know. I think everybody knows how to do it, but let's show you how I would do it. So get on your knees, right? And you're like this, like a table, right? So you're on your knees. And very slowly, I'm going to send one arm away. So maybe I'll do it this way. Yeah. So I'm on all fours, 2 knees, 2 hands, and I'm going to send one arm away. And very slowly, I'm going to start to do my roll. So it should take me almost 10 seconds. I'll try to count it out. 1, so first my hand touches, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm halfway. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're practicing your rolls so slow that you can see where there's a dead spot or where maybe there's a part you never thought of. So you're smoothing out your roll and you're coming to know more about it, okay? Try it on your own. Let me see if I can help you, okay? Real slow, forward and backwards rolls. At least 10 seconds, maybe more if you feel comfortable. You'll usually find that after the legs come over the top, you swing. Don't swing. Control the whole movement. Think of front rolls or back rolls like an Olympic sport. Imagine a judge was evaluating the entire movement. It has to be under your control. You see at the very top there, Julius, how when you were just on your shoulder, did you see the tension that came? I don't know if you felt that. You could see it a little bit. You see a little bit. Try to smooth those out. Be aware of where you get worried or where you have a little bit of tension. Slow it down right there, bro. See how it rolled over? Slow that down. Oleg, slow it down right there. Slow, 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 slow. Guys, you slow yourself down with the weight of your body. You don't slow yourself down with muscles. The body weight, transfer body weight where you need to balance it. If you put too much body weight, the legs will just swing on their own. That's it, Jill. Transfer the body weight. Just a few more, guys. Just a few more.
Just want to say I have a huge appreciation between the standing exercise you started us with
Yes.
and this and how it connects
Yes,
to what we're doing
yes.
now.
It's so good. I'll give you guys some. Sorry, guys. My cell phone's got a phone ringing in. It's gonna leave soon, so I don't know if you can see me. Good, guys. Come close, please. Everybody, come close just for a second. Okay. So there was a point. A little funny story. You guys got. There was a point where I got pretty good at rolls. Now I was not a good roller at the beginning. I was like a block, buck, 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 right? But after about 6 months of practice, I got pretty good at rolls. And I really, I actually loved them. I said, I could never roll before. So I would roll everywhere. During class, I could roll. And one time, Vladimir told me, he goes, you seem like you really, really like rolls a lot. I said, yeah, I love them now. I love them. It's really okay. Okay, great. He goes, here, sit on this chair for me. And he puts me on a chair. And I didn't know what he was going to do. I thought that was weird. He just kicked me in the chest, sent me flying back on a chair, and I almost killed myself falling. And he goes, did you like that? I go, no, I didn't like it at all. He goes, that's how you're going to fall. He goes, you won't like it when it happens. So it's like we practice rolls from a place we like it. But it's going to happen when we don't like it. It's going to happen in a way when we don't want it, right? So we have to find ways of not liking rolls or seeing rolls a different way. So let me show you the way I do it, and then you can figure it out on your own, ways of, because if you like it too much, that becomes the problem. It's a built-in flaw, right? You want to make sure that you're ready for a fall when you don't want to fall. That's the difference. So I'll show you how I do it with Michael for a second. So Michael's going to make he's gonna make like on his knees. This one, good, good, so good. So watch. He's gonna yeah. So I'm gonna sit right now. I'm gonna fall. Okay. Now, if you get tense, you hit the ground hard. So just watch. It's like here, and you hit yourself, right? Let me talk you through what I'm doing now. As I go this way, my bum gets heavy, but my chest goes this way. So I'm balancing myself and I'm lowering myself. So I keep my weight here. My bum goes down, brings me as low as it can, and my weight is constantly here. And I slowly, I slide down, Michael. I slide down, okay? Like that. Yeah. So now I do the same forward. I'm here, right? I hang myself and I start to go down and I keep my feet heavy and I slowly, slowly bring myself. Thank you. So by going from a higher position,
Look, Alberto.
if I go from a higher position, right? I'm more tense. So I have to relax. I have to relax. So I build in not muscular control, but I build in control of where I distribute my weight. If I distribute it in the wrong place, I accelerate the fall. If I put it in the right place, I can slow the fall down. So I start to play with time and with continuum. So something to think about. Ask questions, guys. Anything? Did that make sense?
Someone might have typed up a question.
Oh, I don't know. Somebody type a question. Sorry, guys. You got to tell me. I don't. I have too many things on the go. Ask me questions. Don't type it. I can't read at the same time. As long as you understand, when I got comfortable with rolls, I made it more difficult, and then I became uncomfortable again. Right? I became uncomfortable. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So I just saw rolls and with more details in difficult situations. Okay. That's good, guys. Okay. Okay. Good. Let's move on then. So, yes. Okay. So part of what I wanted to show you guys today is, let me get this going here. There. Part of what I wanted to show you guys today is how to kind of move or shape shift your body. So you need your body to be able to take any shape it needs at any given moment, right? So how are you going to practice this this week, right? How are you going to kind of practice stuff? I'll show you kind of over here a little bit, right? So here's a pole, okay? So for me, I'm going to walk directly to the pole. And just before I get to it, I'm going to turn my body in such a way that I took the shape that allowed me to go around the pole. So as maybe I'll do it from this place. I'm walking and then right away, I take the shape of the pole. If I'm going backwards, I take the shape, right? Forward, I take a shape. Backwards, I take a shape. So you don't need a training partner all the time, right? Like it can be done with a partner, but if you just go to a place where there's like a pole or something in the way, you start to take shapes, right? If any of you have ever worked as a waiter, if any of you ever worked at a very busy place, you see the waiter balancing plates, right? And then there's a patron coming and you see them right away, they can change the shape of their body, right? They can shape shift, right? You need, in martial arts, when people punch or kick or grab you, like if Michael starts to grab me, right? I need to be able to, my body to take like a shape quickly. The work for this, I spent a lot of time watching how octopus can shape their body because they don't have like any bones, right? Octopus is like mostly cartilage and skin, and it's able to take any shape it needs right away, right? So I hope today you saw that by relaxing the joints, right, by moving them, right, you allow the body when somebody's coming at you to take any shape you want, right? You're able to slip away exactly like the octopus, exactly how to change it. So a couple of minutes now in the rooms that you're at, go towards the walls, go towards objects, and don't bump them, but try to move, like allow the body to take the shape. Okay, just try it a little bit. Let me see if I can help you as you're doing that, right? Or you can also watch Michael. He'll be kind of doing it right here in front of the pole. Maybe that'll give you some idea of what to do. The big trick is don't stop. So as you're walking towards like a doorway or the edge of something, you literally, your body molds itself, right? Try to visualize the body like with no bones, with no cartilage. It smoothly goes. If you have the chance to go out into the woods or like a small forest, all those branches, all those trees, go as close as you can and allow the body just to melt and adapt to the surrounding. Remember, you have your feet, your knees, your hips, your spine, your shoulders, your elbows, your knees, your neck, all of those disappear. If you really want some daring work, just go to like an antique store or some store with a lot of delicate things and try to go fast and watch. The store clerk will be nervous, but you'll have great training. Remember, as you feel comfortable, you can speed up and the body will take its shape that it needs. Awesome, guys. Very good. Okay, watch me now. So the same applies when people, let's say, start to punch or kick you, right? So Michael starts to kind of punch. I don't know if it'll come across on the camera. We'll come a little bit closer. So let's say he's aiming like right for my face, right? So it's like I try to like not run away, but take a shape that so watch, see that space there, right? So the punch is coming. So it's like I try to take the shape. So I see what he wants and I take a shape. The same if he tries to touch my shoulder, right? This is touch it again. Yeah, and I start to take the shape or start to take the. So I look at Michael's body and as he touches me, it's like I take the shape. So look again, he's here, right? But I went in here. Exactly like, seriously, it's exactly like an octopus. You know, the octopus sees a round rock and right away, you know, he comes inside. Like you're coming inside the punch, inside the kick, inside the grab. So this is how this will translate to martial arts. So when people grab you, instead of saying, I need to escape, right? You'll start to say, I need to kind of fit in. Like I need to kind of change shapes, right? So your body loses its rigidity through the joints, but it gains this palatable body that can take and switch into shapes, okay? Ask me questions, guys. Do you understand that? Does that make any sense? So you can practice this like I showed you in a forest. You can practice it in a forest. You can practice it in if you have a bench. So here's another good example, right? So here's a bench, right? So a bench is great training. So watch me on the bench for a second, right? I kind of lie myself on the bench and I start to kind of move. And I allow my body to start changing shapes. And because the bench is hard, like it's got hard edges, my body has to adapt. Otherwise, it will hurt. If there's any tension in my body, it will not be able to adapt to a hard object, okay? It will not adapt, right? So watch Michael. He's going to kind of play with it on the bench here. Sometimes we have benches, sometimes we don't. I mean, for lack of a better word, you could just take a flat mat and just throw a whole bunch of garbage on it, sticks and balls, and you start moving on this, your body has to adapt. It has no choice. Otherwise, it'll hurt, okay? Questions, guys? No? Anything? Do you see the value in that? Do you see, can you watch Michael? Do you see how much value there be in that? Because wrestling and punches and kicks and all that stuff is, do you have the ability for your body to adapt? Right? Miro, that's really good. I don't know if you guys can see what Miro's doing, right? But he's doing rolls on an object. So if you have tension it's very hard to roll on an object. Okay, how many times do people fall in real and there's a rock or there's something else that's hard, right? That you didn't see. Maybe you thought it was a nice time, but it was not so much, right? Guys, this will help your martial arts skills. Your body will become more adaptable, more palatable, and more ready for change at any given moment, okay? No, yes? So some visuals, some ideas for you to think about. Because when I get to these crossroads in Sistema, I got to this one years ago, that I need to have an idea of what to look at. So I think about, when I watch a good dancer, it doesn't matter who it is, right? It seems like they have no bones in their body. They're so loose. They're so fluid, right? When I watch a good athlete, I don't see sharp edges. I see beautiful flow in their work, right? When I watch an animal that's like a cheetah or an octopus, it seems like they don't have any bones in their body. It just seems like it's the body has a lightness to it that it's ready to adapt. So I think that this lightness is trainable, and that I hope that in this week, today and Wednesday, I'm going to show you guys how to develop that light body, which will develop a light mind, which will allow you to be more open and more adaptable to any situation that happens. In other words, you can punch a guy in the face and you can say, I'm sorry too. Like, it didn't matter to you. You're so open that you're just willing to do what the right thing to do is, right? That's all. Did you enjoy it, guys? Was it good? Any questions at all, guys? Remember, I'll post these videos. The video will be on demand, probably in a day or two. So it'll just be up on the website. You can hop in and rewatch the class if you want to understand it. Please, I watch a lot of, you'll see a lot of people in Sistema that are very loose. You'll see them very like spaghetti. And it's kind of comedic to me because they're loose, they're not, Tom is laughing. The spaghetti people, we all know what they look like. I don't want this. That's not it at all. I don't want that. I need you to understand how to move your body in a way that is relaxed but aware. It's not like I'm going to zone out and just kind of wiggle around, right? You know, I need you to be aware of what you're doing, and I need you to understand why you're being relaxed. When you don't know what's coming, like if you didn't know how many stairs I'm going to throw you down, what are your options? Really? Like, you have to relax. There's no other option. You have to relax. You're going to get a break every. You ever watch motorcycle riding? Those guys do the exact same thing. When they're going 200 kilometers an hour on a racetrack and they fall all the time, what do they tell them to do? Relax. If you tense up even for a moment, you'll be 1,000 pieces. Okay? So the only reason you don't is because you don't have an option. Right? You have an option. You don't have to do this. If I brought you to the top of the stairs and pushed you down, I'll tell you the option you have. One, relax. There is no second option. You'll be broken in 1,000 pieces. So you can adopt that right now. Like right now in your training, you can say to yourself, I'm going to get rid of all the edges and the joint tension, and I'm going to move with an awareness, with a softness and a lightness to my body, so that when I really do fall down a flight of stairs, I have the skill set. I have the one that I need to survive this situation. I don't have the one that I've been practicing, which is tension, okay? Make sense, guys? I will see you on Wednesday, and this journey will continue. I'll try to teach it from a different perspective, okay? Keep training, guys. I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Manny.
All the
Bye.
best, guys. I'll see you Wednesday.
Thank you.
Bye.